ready to get as far away from the old version of myself as possible. Well, as you know, I got a job working at a... As you know, I got a job working at a... What the hell is happening to me? Working at a... Working at a fast food place. Now, as you can see, this information really disturbs me. But not for the reason that you think. You see, I don't think I'm above working at a fast food job at all. Neither do I think anything is wrong with anyone working in fast food, because we all have bills to pay. And in this day and age, I don't fault nobody for where they work at, because times are hard. I also always try to remember the saying, I am not the job. The job is just what I'm doing on the road to who it is that I'm becoming. With that being said, my personal issue with working in a job setting like this is, and I'm not saying the name of the place throughout this video because they ain't trying to give me no damn free food. But my issue is, I have always had a fear of being seen. Being noticed. Being someone who is out on the front lines for people to recognize me and probably want to talk to me. If I could walk around looking like Kenny from South Park, I would. But me being me, I'll honestly say, I don't always want to be bothered with people. I don't always feel like sharing my energy with people. Hell, I'll even go as far as to saying sometimes I don't even like people.
I hate everyone.
With all that being said, I hope that I painted a pretty good picture as to why a setting like this would be crucial for someone like me. But this theory that I had about myself led me to thinking, why am I even like this? Any job that I've ever worked at, I've always been told things like, you are so nice. You always seem so happy. You always make my day at work. And this led me to doing the work to go deep within myself to find the answer to my own question. And I finally think I found a discovery, so just follow me here. Growing up, I was introduced to the ugliness of people. And not in a way that's defined by beauty standards. People showed me how cruel they're capable of being with their words and their actions. The way people will project their own personal traumas onto you as a young, vulnerable child needs to be studied. So due to the, at times, unhealthy environment I was growing up in, I seen how villains are created. And I think that just overall turned me off from people completely. Well, that and the fact that a spectrum of my personality can be very shy and introverted. But nevertheless, I want to learn how to stop being like that. I want to become more in tune with my extroverted self. Because something that I've realized is that I need to learn to push the boundaries with myself. I need to put myself in situations that forces me to test myself. And what better way for me to test myself at being comfortable in front of people than to get a job that forces me to interact with different kinds of people, with different kinds of personalities. People that come in different shapes, sizes, and colors. That come from many different walks of life. Day in and day out. Yes, I had to do this in the form of a job, because if I left the decision up to myself, I'm probably, more than likely, okay, 100% I'm just not going to do it. Going into this job, I didn't know what this newfound experience of testing myself would bring forward for me. But I know that I'm doing this because I would like to grow past who I've always known myself to be. Or at least who I told myself that I always was. Because I want to elevate in this world in every way possible. Mentally, emotionally, physically, And also, yes, spiritually. Listen, by age 50, I want to be something similar to a Buddhist monk who has achieved inner freaking peace. But in order for me to achieve that, I have to push the boundaries with myself. The comfort zone that is myself. I have to confront those parts of myself that I personally feel like I need to work on. Or the things that I'm probably socially unaware of that I need to work on. Because ultimately, I've learned that life itself will find a way to call your ass out about the things that you need to work on within yourself. And it's up to you if you're going to choose to ignore it. I would like to prosper in ways that I never thought I could. And even if the experience is not for me, I can walk away from the experience knowing that I went into it wanting to learn something new about myself. And I've achieved that. Now, I know you're probably looking at me like working at a fast food job should not be this big of a deal as I'm making it. But you gotta understand, for someone like me, being around too many people starts to give me anxiety. And as quiet as it's kept, I know that the wrong interaction with the wrong individual might bring up some old memories I don't want to think about, thus triggering me to lash out in a way that I really don't want to. But do you see? That's why I'm doing this, to challenge myself. You still looking at me like I'm crazy. No more having jobs that allow me to work quietly in the shadows behind the scenes, with little to no interaction with anyone, because I wanted to be antisocial. Now I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I wrote this episode 2 months ago when I first started working there. So now that I'm filming this, I can give you an update. And yes, I have had a very big revelation about myself since working there. I've learned that people are not my past. And what I mean by that is, what I went through that is the bubble of my childhood has nothing to do with the average everyday individual just walking around me, who have done nothing personally to me. I've been purposely alienating myself from the world and people around me. Follow me here. I've realized that I'm doing the very same thing that was done to me growing up. And that's projecting my own personal trauma onto others. I'm using my personal trauma as a reason to judge other people the same way I was judged growing up, thus making me become the very same people I never wanted to be and thought I wasn't anything like. What is happening to me? Yes, working at this fast food job brought me to this revelation about myself and what it is that I needed to work on about myself. I pushed the boundaries with myself and it worked. There was some purpose that came out of me working at this job. Also, I'm now more open to talking to people.
Hey, how you doing?
Smiling at people. I'm finding myself starting random conversations with people in the cereal aisle at Walmart. Have a bite of these cereal and give me your opinion on them. I can't believe that I've allowed certain individuals from the upbringing of my environment cause me to hide this star that was shining so bright inside of me. And I don't ever want to do that anymore. So from here on out, I will continue to push the boundaries with myself. Because pushing the boundaries is what's going to make me explore those depths of myself I've been running from. Hence why I'm now putting myself out there in front of this camera, because I want to talk to you. But to you watching this video, I'm asking you to challenge yourself and challenge everything you think you know about yourself. That job offer, take it. That big move to another city or state, do it. That class or group you want to be in, speak up, sign up, and do it. Do all the things that scare you. Test the boundaries of your anxiety and just see where it takes you. It's never too late to put in the effort to working on yourself, becoming the best version of yourself. Being that person you see yourself as inside of your head. Don't stand in your own way and don't be your own worst enemy. By telling yourself this is who you've always been and it's not changing. And even if it all goes wrong, be comfortable and content with the fact that you took a chance. You were brave enough to push yourself. You put your boxing gloves on and got in the ring with your anxiety. And that's a big accomplishment within itself that I'll be proud of you for. Listen, you deserve to be seen. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to be experienced in this world. And don't you ever forget that. Also, this is the 10th episode and nobody is even watching. Woo! But as always, this has been a commentary. You've listened to me commentate. Like, comment, and subscribe so we can grow as a family. I'm Déj'Shon Arkell, your favorite alternative black boy, and I'm out. Peace and blessings. Because I wanted to be antisocial.